Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's Formula One updates. First, we have Franco Colapinto saying that the tough love from Flavio Briatore is actually helping him become a good Formula One driver. He is hard, he being Flavio Briatore. Flavio Briatore is hard with everyone and his way of making the team work and motivating people. It's sometimes a bit hard, and sometimes it can feel. So Flavio Briatore is hard and Franco Colapinto feels the hardness. And sometimes it's a little bit too much if you don't know him. Franco further goes ahead to explain that how this has made him mentally stronger, and he writes a lot of this about this in his brand new book called I Have Stockholm Syndrome. The next story of the weekend is the second coming of Pastor Maldonado. Roman Grosjean will be driving a Formula One car after the crash in 2020, the Fireball crash, which saved his reputation. Otherwise, he would have gone down as one of the most dogshit drivers in F1 history. In a way, it has worked out in his favor, and now he's going to return to Formula One. The media and the press are going to milk the shit out of it because it's a feel good story, and we will completely forget about the atrocious driving skills that this man has brought to the paddock. Yes, he had some moments, but overall, he ain't that good. Up next, FIA has revisited or revised the cost cap situation for all of the teams from 2026 Formula One season and more. Now the cost cap is 215 million US dollars, up from 145 million US dollars, because some Formula One drivers continue to break the shit out of their car in every Grand Prix weekend. Fortunately, it's not happening for Alpine anymore. But you get the picture. The extra money is necessary to help the teams to repair the car that their drivers constantly break. The next story comes from Aston Martin, which is actually a good story in my opinion. Felipe Drugovich finally is going to be racing full time after waiting for multiple years on the sidelines. 3 years in particular. After finishing F2 in 2022, this guy was waiting until a seat becomes available in Aston Martin Formula One team, which, let's be honest, was a retarded thing to do. Maybe he was contractually obligated to wait, but waiting for Lance Stroll to vacate the seat, I mean, it's his dad's team, so he's never going to go away. And Fernando Alonso's contract says he stays with the team till 2026, so obviously nothing is going to happen on that regard. So after waiting for 3 years, I don't know if this was if he was obligated contractually to do it, but that was a retarded move. But finally, it seems that he is making amends, and excited to see Felipe Drugovich on Formula E track. The racing is actually decent. I mean, the cars sound a little bit weird, futuristic if you ask me, but the racing and the experience is going to absolutely help this rookie. It would have been a shame if he continued to waste his time any longer waiting for a seat that clearly didn't exist. Next up, we have 1997 world champion Jacques Villeneuve, the most negative F1 commentator, analyst, and pundit, explains that McLaren needs to find a quick number one driver when fighting against Max Verstappen. Look, still, it is a two-horse race at the front because Verstappen now trails behind Norris by 44 points and Piastri by 69 points. But one more bad weekend and Max Verstappen wins that bad weekend where McLaren had bad weekend and closes 25 points further, just like he did it in Azerbaijan. Then obviously he's right up there. And I hate to say it, but this time Jacques Villeneuve is not being negative. Usually he is, but this time he's not, and he is actually right. Right now, McLaren needs to, like, if they want to secure the drivers' championship, they definitely needs to prioritize one of their drivers. Based on the points and the consistency and the ability to deal with pressure, Oscar Piastri is their best bet. Lando Norris is just gonna make too many mistakes under pressure. But Oscar Piastri also made a little bit of pressure-oriented mistake in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, so I guess we'll see how he bounces back from that. But we know that Norris makes mistakes under pressure, and we know that in 2024 Norris being prioritized as the number one driver to beat Max Verstappen was such a bottle job that the fight didn't even go down the wire. That's how shit Norris was. So Oscar Piastri should become the number one driver. This is me saying it. This is not Jacques Villeneuve. He said that they need to find a number one. But I think it should be Oscar Piastri. We move on. After a disastrous weekend, I'm sorry, I have to say this again. After a yet another disastrous weekend in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Charles Leclerc came out and said that we've got to react. It's not been a good, strong weekend at all. Fortunately, the next race is in Singapore, a track that typically suits the team from Maranello. So fully expect for the Ferrari drivers to dominate one of the practice sessions, and in the main race they will finish P8 and P9, something like that. Ferrari traditions. We will go through another cycle of Ferrari experience. These are mini cycles. And also, it's been a while since Ferrari has screwed their drivers with terrible strategy. So even if they manage to qualify well and show some promising pace in the race, fully expect for Ferrari to ruin this entire situation, because 2025 is going to be the year of missed opportunities for Ferrari and Ferrari fans. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.